Hi, I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network, coming to you from the M&N Studios here in New York. You're watching a video press release, and with us, we have Carl White of Mortgage Marketing Animals. Carl, thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Andrew, and greetings from the beautiful city of Las Vegas.
Fantastic. Lost wages. Very cool, very cool. So listen, you just stepped out of the conference to come talk to us about your new book, which, by the way, I'm halfway through reading it. So awesome. So it's Crushing Call Reluctance for Mortgage Loan Officers. It's a book that you co-written with Kevin Gillespie.
Yep, Kevin Gillespie and Sue Woodard was kind enough to write the foreword for us.
Awesome, fantastic. So listen, I'm like I said, I'm halfway through this book. I've got some great tips actually that I've already pulled out of it already. But it's amazing about how just the activity makes so much of a difference. It's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's just that activity. So what was the impetus for you to write this book?
Well, I think we have found out that call reluctance is likely the number one obstacle that's keeping the loan officer from getting where we think they deserve to be at, and that's true, brother. Whether they're closing 3 or 4 loans a month or 34 loans a month, it's our experience that absolutely positively this is the number one obstacle that keeps people from doing it. They think like it's the other thing. Well, I got to go do this and I got to go do that, and I'm putting out the fires and I got to do that. But they're doing all that other activity to avoid actually making the phone calls, which everybody knows is where all the money is, yet everybody's always looking for things to put in place to protect them from having to do that thing. And so in the book, we're going to do 3 things. Is number 1 is you're going to learn how to identify whether you have it, even if you think you might not. Number 2, what are the causes of it?
Which, by the way, not to interrupt you, I was a 35. I scored 35 out of 100 from your test that you did. Continue, sorry.
Good for you, yeah. And so, there's a test in there to help you identify whether or not you have it, even if you think you don't, what the causes are. And then once we know what the causes are, it's so much easier to resolve. And in the book, we give you a step-by-step approach on the solutions for it, so that the readers can have the mortgage business that they deserve and that their family deserves. And I'm going to tell you, man, everybody has some fear of call reluctance. It's just a matter of being able to push through that and do what needs to be done. Because nobody's really afraid of the phone per se. It's not like you walk into a room and you go, "Oh my gosh, there's a phone. I think it's going to bite me." It's not the phone. It's the rejection, right? It's the rejection. And finding out, like, there's ways to understand that when somebody turns down your offer, they're not rejecting you. They don't know you. They might be saying no to your offer and not letting that paralyze, us from making that second phone call. So I think there was no book written for loan officers on call reluctance, and it's the number one problem. So we thought we'd help people out with this solution.
So now, have you, in your years of working with some of the top originators in the country, you're working with people that are performing at the highest level that they possibly can. Have you ever come across anyone that doesn't have call reluctance, that doesn't have that as an obstacle?
Brother, everybody suffers with this. Some just push through it more than others, but I guarantee that 100% of the loan officers, whether they're closing 1 loan a month or 100 loans a month, and we know loan officers that are doing that, that call reluctance is what's keeping them that next stage. Even if they think it's something else, they insert that something else to avoid making those phone calls. And when we go around asking loan officers across the country, what's the number one activity that makes you most of the money? It's meetings and phone calls, and the meetings don't happen until we do the phone calls. So this is something that you have got to overcome. If not, like that list of things you want, like a college education for your kids or that great vacation for your family, if we don't learn how to conquer this and overcome or crush this call reluctance, then we need to get a black magic marker and start drawing lines through our wish list of what we're going to supply for us and our family. And brother, I used to grab that marker too to start to draw things out. And one day it was just like, enough's enough. I'm going to solve this problem so I can add to this list of the things that me and my family does, not go to, Carl Jr. and say, hey, that college education, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen because I have call reluctance. I'm going to let that become bigger than my love for you and my dedication for my family to provide them things, and to help people to help our real estate agents, close more deals, to help more consumers to be a homeowner. That's the American dream. So It's not just about us income; it's about helping people achieve their dreams. The old Zig Ziglar thing. So I don't mean to get too excited, but I'm just very passionate about this. And when you read the book, I think you'll understand why I am and the solutions, dude. When we solve these problems, when you solve the problem of call reluctance, man, it's life-changing, not just at work, but in other areas of our life when we find ourselves afraid to do something. When you find out the cause of that, and then to identify that you do indeed have that, which everybody does, the solutions are much easier.
Very cool. So, hey, Carl, let me ask you, so for someone doing, let's say, 100 loans a year, let's just, how many calls do you think that person needs to make on a weekly basis, just to be able to produce 100 loans a year?
I'd rather give it to you in time. That we have found if they spend 8 hours a week, right? Not 8 hours a day, but 8 hours a day. We find that if they spend 2 hours a day, Monday through Thursday, and then recharge their batteries Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have seen just epic increase in business. But if we were to ask loan officers, what's the number one thing that makes you money? And phones and meetings is without question going to be it. And then you ask them, how many hours, minutes, if any, did you spend last week doing that activity? And I'm not talking about calling and putting out fires. I'm talking about calling and getting new business, right? The average loan officer, when we ask that question nationwide, is 0. The average loan officer spends 0 hours making outbound sales calls to get more business, even though they know it's the number one thing that'll bring them in more money. So the good news is it doesn't take a lot of hours. It's extremely focused. It's highly leveraged work. It's high producing work, and about 8 hours a week, right? About 2 hours. 2 hours Monday, 2 hours Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then, dude, you could almost go home and it's my belief, not an income claim, but it's my belief, triple your income just by doing that one thing. That's it. So it's not hours and hours. It's just a couple hours of focused activity.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Carl, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Before you go, tell us, where can people get this book?
You can go to crushingcallreluctance.com, crushingcallreluctance.com. We have a special right now that when you buy the physical book, we ship it to you. And then for that same price, we're going to give you an instant download so you can download it and start reading it right now. But we're going to be mailing out your hard copy for less than $8. I believe you can find a solution for this. And we got a real cool little bonus that we're going to be putting in with it too. But yeah, crushingcallreluctance.com. Get the physical book and the instant downloadable book for less than $8, delivered to your house. So yeah, we're really looking to help people solve this problem. And you know what? They deserve to have this problem solved. So, brother, it's an honor. I've been a huge fan for what you guys are doing over there. And it's just an honor to participate with this. And I'm looking forward to talking about me and you doing a book, man. You've got a lot of really good stuff, and we talked about doing something together. So I'd be real interested in that.
Oh, okay. You see the sweat dripping down. I was nervous about that, especially with looking at the quality of the book that you guys put together. I mean, it's phenomenal. So, Carl, thank you for everything. Thank you for the service that you do to the industry. There's a lot of top originators that have you to thank for changing their lives, and really their borrowers have you to thank for being able to empower them to do more loans without working their ass off.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. So thanks again, crushingcallreluctance.com. And again, thanks for carrying the banner and all the good stuff you guys do, man. Appreciate it. And we'll see everybody on the inside.
Thanks, Carl. I'm Andrew Berman from the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.